Coming to you from Dynatrace PERFORM in Las Vegas, it's pure performance.
Hey everybody!
Woohoo! Hello.
Welcome to Dynatrace PERFORM 2020 in Las Vegas, Nevada, live from the Cosmopolitan Hotel.
Lovely Las Vegas.
This is Brian and Andy with Perf Bites. Hi,
No,
Andy.
you're with Pure Performance.
Oh, that's right.
You're with.
No, but I'm
Perf
also with. Brian
Also
and
with-
Andy
Are you
with
double?
Perf
Are you
Bites.
double agent? Or how
I
does
am
this
a
work?
double agent,
Yes.
and we also have Mark and James from Perf Bites here, and Leandro's in the background there.
Hello.
Senior performer.
Exactly.
Hello.
And guess what?
What?
We're at, if you didn't pick it up from the intro, Dynatrace PERFORM 2020.
Exactly in Vegas.
And,
Even
and
though
by the way, we found Waldo.
Where's Walt? What?
Right here.
Get the. What are
So
you?
see, this is
That's
one
not
of those TV jokes that doesn't work too well on
Yes,
audio.
yes. Brian is dressed just like Waldo.
Yes, and then.
Oh. Hey, we'll be here all night. We will.
Yeah.
Two shows.
Exactly. We're going to have
So-
lots of fun. Welcome to the Cosmopolitan. Andy,
Yeah.
how are you?
I'm good. Actually, I wanted to say something.
Yes.
I think, Andy, you should say something. Since he has a microphone, we should probably let
Exactly.
him talk.
So you of course go ahead. Of course, you can grab as many as you want.
Yes.
And I'm
Yeah,
not
but-
sure. I mean, people that listening don't know what
What they're
this
grabbing.
person is grabbing.
Yeah,
So-
but
so we
they're
have these-
they're USB adapter things.
Exactly. No,
Trap
what I
things.
learned, one of my friends, he sent me a link. Actually, Stefan, you know Stefan,
Mhm.
right? On my way over to Vegas, he sent me a YouTube video
Yes.
explaining the history of Vegas, and I didn't know that we are actually not in Vegas. We're here in Paradise.
Yes.
Yes.
It is-
Technically, Paradise, Nevada.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
Although,
we're in the Las Vegas Valley. That's why it's legal. It's still okay if you say you're in Vegas. You're kind of correct,
yes.
even though you're not in the city of Vegas. In the city of Paradise.
It's kind
Right.
of like Band-Aid versus Bandage.
Okay.
Everyone thinks of it as Vegas.
Kleenex versus tissue.
But it's
Yeah.
it's kind of it's paradise.
Yeah.
We're
It
in
is.
Paradise. So coming to you live from Paradise.
Right.
We're in the Innovation Expo Hall, with
Yes.
which is similar to last year. There's an amazing number of people. There's like another 400 people here.
Do you remember 4 years ago? Well, you guys started 5 years ago. I started
Yes.
with you 4 years ago.
5 years
But
ago, there were
even 4
like
years ago.
6 of us in a conference room,
Right, and
just
we were
talking about Dynatrace.
Yes.
Appmon.
It's
It was
grown
a
quite
really
lot.
intimate meeting there, yeah, in Orlando.
Yeah, it was. And
Oh,
then
you guys did
We all did a
Orlando.
sauna
Yeah.
together.
We
It
don't
was
consider
great.
that one a perform.
Oh.
I think Orlando was the wasn't that the one where
That was
we
the off-season one.
where we showed up with the lederhosen? It was the first time. It was Harald. It was Reinhardt.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
Reinhardt. I to this date still do not own a pair of lederhosen.
Well, but that's your fault. You got money in your pocket. You can buy some lederhosen.
Yeah.
I think I might have to.
Yeah.
I have a rule against leather shorts. Yeah.
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 Leather shorts.
It's just a general rule. Yeah.
But
You
lederhosen
don't
are not
like
shorts.
them?
They're
Or what do you
longer.
mean?
I've worn lederhosen before.
yeah.
There are no pictures.
Yeah.
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 But
Yeah, that's not
lederhosen go below the knee, don't they?
No, there's different versions of it.
Oh, so you have the
Yeah.
summer lederhosen and the winter lederhosen.
Yeah, and I think it's all. Yeah, I don't know the official definition of the long and the short ones, and when you are supposed to wear it. I think, and then typically the nicer ones are going above the knee, like no, below the knee, however you see it. right?
Below the knee.
But
Below the
let's
knee.
talk about hot days for a minute.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we just did all the training sessions today. I was in a session with integrating your load tests with Dynatrace, or AKA your monitoring tool, but how we do it with Dynatrace. And we featured Neotis with our good friend Henrik Rexed.
Yep.
And it was really interesting because we got to see how you integrate. You want to get some headphones going
That
on
would be
there?
awesome because
Yeah.
it's so hard to hear you.
But
Yeah.
we got to see
See, there's more people
how-
coming by.
Yeah.
That's the first
We got Jeff
visitors.
Noy.
Cheers.
Oh, is this a live podcast?
Yeah,
live.
absolutely. You're live right
Hey!
now. You're live on the air. Please don't say anything that your company would regret you
Yes.
disclosing publicly.
Dynatrace rocks.
Okay, you could say that.
Yeah.
That's pretty clear.
But while Andy's waiting to hear, it was really cool because we got to see modern thinking performance testing.
Yeah.
Where the idea is now you're automating,
Yes.
and as a load or performance professional, your role is going to- practitioner. How your role can change from just writing the scripts and analyzing to managing the automation of all these components and pieces.
Right.
And
you guys
hey,
repeated it, what, how many? Three different times?
Yes.
Yeah.
A little too much on that.
Yeah, that's right. So that's exciting. I didn't do a hot day, but on my badge, I did get the
Hot day
Dynatrace Hot Day pin because I did teach hot days. Brian and I
Nice.
did the last performance puzzler, which might be the last one ever.
No,
here.
who knows? They may come back. Come on.
Andy, what did you do for Hot Day?
Nothing.
That's true. It's actually
Well, I mean, you were
No,
working.
no, no, no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no, no, no. He was ensuring that Hot Day went off without a hitch.
Well, I was one of the people but I think there's many people that helped that it actually went smoothly. I think for all the attendees.
Yeah.
No, but it was actually the first time in my Perform career
Yeah.
that I did not actively teach a hot day session. And thanks actually to Rob and you and Henry, because I was slated for that track too.
Yeah.
But I knew that you guys are doing just an awesome, phenomenal job, and you
Oh,
don't
and
even
Jeff.
need me.
No, Jeff Yarbrough. He
Oh,
was.
Jeff, yeah, that's right.
He was
Yeah,
a big
yeah,
part of
exactly.
it. I didn't do anything for the prep of it.
Yeah.
'cause I
No,
was
but
busy
what
with
I
this.
really want to say was interesting. So we did twice as many hot days as the last year. So we
Right.
did Monday afternoon, Monday night
That was a rough one.
from 6 to 10. That was a rough one, and it's amazing that people were that dedicated, or maybe they didn't have anything better to do in Las Vegas on a Monday night on 10 o'clock. Right? What else would you do?
Right.
Right?
I
Can't
have
think
no
of a
idea.
thing. Can't think of a thing to do in Paradise.
I do not believe any salsa events were ongoing at that hour.
No.
You know, funny that you mention it. Actually, there were none.
Wow.
I do my research every time I go to these cities, and there's actually on a Monday and Tuesday there are no official salsa parties. It
No.
starts on Wednesday.
Closed through
There
time.
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I, when you come to Las Vegas, hardly anyone ever rents a car. You take a cab or an Uber or a taxi, something, right? And I remember asking my cab driver, who was from Brooklyn, New York,
Hey.
a
forget
later,
about
older
it.
guy, 60-something years old, and I asked him, hey, what brought you from the East Coast to move all the way out here? And
He said
without
plane,
skipping a beat,
probably.
he just said, oh, I came out here for the sex. Now, we're all adults here on this broadcast, and that's fine. You can say it. But he said it as if like, oh, I came out here for the golf. Like,
Yeah.
he said it in this I came out here for gardening. It's like, oh, yeah,
Well,
I came out here for the
everybody-
sex and the gardening.
Everybody has a hobby. And
I thought
Yeah.
you were going to say he came
recreational
out here.
activities.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say he came out here for Dynatrace PERFORM.
Yeah. The good news is he's still alive. After how many years of...
Well, he drove you, so yeah, I think
Yeah.
you can gather
But
that.
it's a healthy exercise, right? It keeps him healthy. if
Well, I
he's
suppose
doing it right.
from a cardio perspective,
Of
it's
course,
probably
yeah.
very good for you. And
Yeah.
you got to keep your diet up in order to engage successfully.
Exactly.
Anyway, let's give some tips.
We need
and
some moving
preview.
on music.
Do you? The harp down in the lower right corner. Okay, let's talk a little bit about how to follow the live broadcast.
Yes.
One, you can go to the PerfBites page, which is perfbites.com/p/ not P as in P, but P, the letter P, to listen live. So it's live. Thank you.
I'm getting the hang of this
We're
board.
gonna. Yeah, I know it's really fun. So you can follow us on the Twitter, the Facebook, the Pure Performance on
Yes,
Spreaker.
Dynatrace.com
Spreaker.com. Just do a Google for the
podcast.
podcast. If you're not subscribed or you want to share it, you'll see notifications to share it out. We're actually maybe going to have some live video streaming if we can fix some software.
Yeah. What I'm really laughing about right now is that you're telling the people who are listening how to follow the podcast, so they already know.
No, but it could be people that need to tell somebody else. I just
and
subscribe.
it could be
I
someone
don't know.
who's listening here in the auditorium.
In the earshot of
Yeah.
the thing at the time. Speaking of which, there is the Dynatrace PERFORM app that you put on your phone.
Yes.
We actually will have some notifications that flow out there when we're doing podcasts because I set that up. So that if
Excellent.
that's not working, then I'll just keep drinking scotch. By the way, thank you very much, Andy, for bringing this fantastic Austrian whiskey. Appenzeller?
Yeah.
Petar Appenzeller. It's a fine Austrian single malt. And this is the second bottle you brought, and I'm very appreciative.
And
He's
you-
doing marvelous work
Yeah,
there.
and he said it's getting better with
Yeah.
every year, right?
Yeah.
Getting better all the time. Oh,
It is getting better all the time.
Copyright. Can't do that.
The other thing we're going to do over the next couple of days, we've got Wednesday and Thursday. Tonight is the reception night here, but we have some pre-recorded conversations
Yep.
that we'll share. We have some live interviews with people as they come out of different sessions, the main stage.
Some live
the
interviews with speakers. Oh, yeah. It's
Interviews with speakers, yeah. And
We're going to try to get some people from the floor, too.
yeah, so that's going to be kind of new and exciting. The same rules apply as in previous live events, where one, you have to share some story or testimonial about performance live at the booth, and you will enter to win a few things. We have a mini drone, which is the X01 micro drone, which fits in the palm of your hand. It's very cool. You can't see it. It's a radio show. But so we're giving away a drone. And there's like three other partners are giving away drones as well. So like drones are the thing to give away.
So on the last day of the conference, you're going to see drones flying through this room.
I hope
like
so.
A race. We can do a drone race.
We're also going to be giving away a pair of the Perf Bites shoes, which have been redesigned, and you can see them on James's feet. What did you turn me off there? What did you turn down? Turn down my headphones.
I'm trying to turn you down in my headphones.
It looks really good on radio.
Yeah. Yeah, so we have new Perf Bites Converse All-Stars, which you'll enjoy as well. And then we have lots of stickers. You know, like stickers are the cool new things that the kids love, right?
Yep.
That's one of the key characteristics of an SDET is how many stickers
you have on your laptop. Have you
Yeah.
counted how many are on yours, James?
I
have one. I have one sticker on my laptop, and what is it, Andy?
Dynatrace.
It's a freaking Dynatrace sticker.
Can you dig it?
Yeah, you are really going to enjoy this board. This is brought to you from the Rode Corporation, the Rodecaster Pro that we've come to know and love.
I have 2 Dynatrace stickers on my laptop.
Oh, good for you.
Yes.
Good for you. There you go. But we have from the Perf Bites, and does Pure Performance have stickers? I thought you had Pure Performance
My
stickers.
wife made me some. I have some. They're up in my room. I'm going to bring them down tomorrow.
I thought I
You might
had
need a
one
new
on
one.
my sticker. I
Well,
don't.
we should talk to marketing about getting some.
You should get some.
Well,
Pure
for the once a year. We'll talk about it for next
Yeah,
year.
I had business cards for that. So that's how are things in the Pure Performance podcast world? Congratulations! I joined you on the 100th episode not too long ago. I know. Really exciting. No, sit down. It's not that big a deal. It's
That's
not
a long
that big a
crash.
deal.
Yeah, seriously,
I know.
stop.
Seriously, thank you. But yeah, the 100th episode. Congratulations, Andy and Brian, for
Thank
100 Pure. Who is on the leaderboard? Who's been on there now more than anyone?
I've lost track.
I think it's Gene, probably. Gene Kim.
Well,
It might be
Gene-
Jim.
he did the most episodes.
But you paid him to do it, right? No, I'm kidding.
Indirectly.
I don't know if he did it
I think it's Gene Kim.
because we only did one with him this last time, but we did 3 with him the first time.
time,
So
that's
that puts him
why.
at 4.
Yeah.
But we have quite a few return guests. We're always looking for new guests, so especially appealing to anybody who listens to Perf Bites who doesn't listen to Pure Performance.
Yeah.
We'd love you to have you on as a guest.
Share both podcasts equally.
Yeah, and we're not talking about Dynatrace particular. We're talking about performance.
Yeah.
So you have a special topic, you can reach out to us on Twitter at pure_DT, or you can send us an email at pureperformance@dynatrace.com.
Yeah.
And we're always looking for new voices.
Yeah.
Because we can keep getting on the same old voices, and they have a lot of great things to offer, but I think there's a lot of really important things to the new voices. So,
Cool.
yeah.
So that is very, very good.
So there's some cool stuff coming up. We have Kelsey Hightower
Yes.
with an episode
Oh,
coming
yeah.
up on Kubernetes.
Yeah.
We
I think we
have
Adam Auerbach.
Adam Auerbach. He's a returning guest.
Yes, he's
though.
gonna be a returning guest.
But a lot of things have changed in the last few years.
Have you had Cassidy Williams on?
No.
So, first of all, she's hilarious if you follow her videos online. And we put together a conversation with her for Perf Bites, but she's a React engineer. And so she'd be great to talk to about React performance.
Talking about React and talking about front end, we have an episode coming up with our engineers that are building the Barista framework. Right?
Which framework?
The framework that
Just
we
the
open source,
Barista?
the Barista framework and everything that goes with it.
Yeah.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
one of those ones that you're doing without me?
Exactly.
I'm not a coffee
Okay.
drinker.
No? No, I think overall, it's amazing what has happened over the last 2.5 years.
No,
right?
I think like over 3 years
over
now.
3 years and 100 episodes.
That's crazy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
I thought it.
Yeah.
I
Well,
thought
you're the one who
I
told
totally
us, right?
thought
Yeah,
it.
We always have to say, oh, yeah, Mark
Definitely
told us to
thought
do it.
it.
It wouldn't be happen without Mark. We
Yeah,
owe
yeah.
you our lives, Mark. Yes.
You used to sound so excited when you used to say that.
Yeah.
And now it's like...
Well, because you keep making me say it, and you're not paying me anymore.
Well, maybe you should, consider your options.
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
I'm going to say Fozzie Bear told me to do it. So, when we started, we were like, well, let's see how many listeners we can get and see if we can get permission to keep doing this. And, it's a very niche podcast, like a lot of these tech ones. And, we have a solid audience, and I really appreciate the audience. So thank you for everyone listening, and thank you for putting up with Perform Week, because I know it's very Dynatrace centric. But
it is, but it's once a year.
Yeah, once a year.
Like Christmas.
Hopefully we have some fun.
Like if you're an atheist at Christmas, like it's really Christmas-y, you know. But you go along with it. There's good food, and drinks. Nothing wrong with that.
And you get to have a good excuse to drink some Baileys.
And you maybe get time off from work. I mean, this is not a bad wrap. That's pretty cool.
Drinking Baileys at Christmas, is that a thing?
Some people.
Baileys in the winter is delicious. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
especially
you don't
when
need to wait for Christmas. You can drink it.
Well, this year I did, because I'm on that macro diet, so I'm not drinking as much. So I was like, okay, I'll save my Baileys for Christmas when I'm not going to be tracking everything.
All right, so let's have a little round the horn here. When you come to Dynatrace Perform, who is the one person you look forward most to seeing?
Me?
Yeah.
I would say Bernd on stage.
Yes. Yeah.
Because he's always closing off with kind of the future direction and what's coming up, some visionary things. And even though obviously, I have the luxury of seeing Bernd more than other people here because I'm in the Linz office.
Yeah.
It's still always fascinating to see what's cooking in his brain and what he's bringing then on the stage. So there's a lot of cool stuff coming. That's why.
Cool.
Bernd, our founder and CTO.
Yeah. And 3D printing weirdo.
Well, that's
true
too. Yeah,
that's
also Helmut too.
Yeah.
Elmo?
Helmut.
Helmut.
Spiegel.
Oh, Helmut. I thought you said
All right,
Elmo.
so we'll tune in. Oh, we didn't mention at all?
What?
There is, aside from us doing streaming of audio, there's an official Dynatrace live stream. If you want to be here and you just can't be here, physically or financially or whatever the reason is, you can go Dynatrace, just search Dynatrace Perform, the same page where you would have registered at the home page. It's register for the live stream, and so starting first thing tomorrow morning.
Exactly, all the keynotes, everything from the Chelsea Theater will be streamed.
Yeah, so you can see all, and it's really good. We actually watch the live stream and then chime in, so. And we'll be watching Bird.
Yes.
James.
I look forward to Dynatrace Perform because it's the one time a year when I can catch up with Andy and Brian.
That's self-serving.
No, I don't think so.
Well, it's serving ourselves, maybe not yourself.
But he doesn't care about the rest of it.
Well, he doesn't give a crap about seeing me.
No, he gets enough of you.
I get to see you several times a year.
That's true.
This is the one time of year I get to see these two gentlemen together.
Yeah.
The reason being is because I never make it to the barbecue events.
True.
Yeah.
True. And that's shame on me. I'll try to fix this.
Oh, maybe you need to just host one at a Dynatrace Labs, and we'll come and do it at Dynatrace Labs.
We could do this in the new office in Linz.
Or do it at Dev 1 in Detroit.
Or we'll do it at Dev 1 in Linz.
See, look at so biased. The trick is we need to get American cut pork in Linz. Do you think we can get the same cuts?
I think we can get the same cuts, but can you imagine Southern style barbecue in Linz, Austria?
Oh, that stuff.
Would we be able to get the Smoky Mountain smoker through customs? Like the big 8?
I think we might have to ship a Traeger smoker.
Ship a Traeger over
we got
give away
in Europe too, right? It's not. I think it's swapped over to Europe. Maybe not as sophisticated and great as yours, but let's check it out. I think that would be an interesting idea. Bringing you to Linz.
Yeah. All right.
You've been.
Oh yeah.
Seen the
it's
lovely
beautiful.
city.
Yeah.
I think that's a 2021 item. 2020, I think we're already booked.
Yeah.
But 2021, we should talk about that.
Yeah.
All right.
There are sponsorship opportunities for the barbecue.
Yeah. Just like you're doing here. But anyway, Brian, who do you most look forward to seeing?
Myself. I really get to know myself, but no.
Every morning I take a dive into
you're going to
Lake
yell at me
Mead.
for being self-serving, but I really look forward
I'm
to
just
seeing
kidding.
you all because I never see you all year. We chat. We're on the
We
on
see
the Slacks.
We see the 2D version of
We're
it.
on the Slacks
And the texts.
jorts.
Yeah.
But I never get to see, I don't travel much.
Yeah.
I get to see Andy in person. Now that Andy is, I didn't see you too much when you were in the U.S. either. I get to see Andy. Yeah, it's self-serving. I like to run into some of the Austrians I met way back in the old days when I first started, like Klaus,
Alois.
Alois and Michael Kopp. Is Kopp here today?
He's here,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like, the whole, they're mostly product managers at this point now, or somewhere in that realm.
Yeah.
But back in the earlier days, it was they were always coming over for the conferences.
Yeah.
And it's been years, so I get to see them once a year.
That's good.
And just, lightly catch up, but everyone's so busy, but it's still just nice to have a face-to-face and
We were...
reminisce about the old days.
Yeah, that's just it. You'll see people that you've seen year over year over year, and they keep coming back, and then there's always 10 to 20% more new people that come, and then another one
Well, it's
comes.
interesting, too, because we're a very remote organization. There are some offices in key places, but for the rest of the country and all over the place, a lot of people work from home.
Yeah.
So you interact with these people all the time, and you only see the picture that they have up in their Outlook thing or something. And
Right.
maybe you see them once a year, and then suddenly they come up to you with a completely different look, and you're like, I know you. But you can't place them, and it's really awkward. They're like,
Yeah.
dude, it's me. Like,
They shaved their head or something.
Well, Nate Tresca did that. So you know Nate Tresca, Andy, right? We were in the bar last night, and he's looking over, pointing at me, and I'm like, I know the face, but I can't place it. He completely shaved his head.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah. So that's always fun, too,
There you go.
seeing the changes people metamorphosize over the years.
Who knows?
Sometimes they show up with pink hair, sometimes blue.
It was blue and purple. Last year I got the blue-purple right. There's no pink in the Dynatrace logo, so I've got to either do yellow or green next year.
Or
Mark,
you convince Dave
yellow-
Anderson to change the colors of the Dynatrace logo.
Yellow,
Where's
not,
Dave
a,
Anderson?
sitting
not a
over
good
here,
color. No, go for green. Green.
I think I could do green because
Hey,
it would double for support of the Philadelphia Eagles.
And you could keep it all the way to St. Patrick's Day.
And that would
Oh.
tie into my different strokes reference from yesterday.
It would,
when
because-
Kimberly washed her hair in the rain outside.
rain,
and it
and
turned
oh
her
my
hair
God, it
green
was
right before
green.
the dance.
Yeah. And
So,
my
Mark,
question is, what kind of rain was Kimberly in? That's the it's trivia night. Actually,
Chocolate
tonight
rain.
is
Chocolate
Acid
rain.
rain.
the Dynatrace trivia. So one of the questions should be, what kind of rain turned Kimberly's hair green?
Well, the question to you now is, who do you look forward to seeing?
Unequivocally, out of all the people I enjoy seeing at Dynatrace perform, it's Laura Stack.
Yeah.
As much as I love Andy and all the things we've done over the years and all the podcasting, everything
But
else,
she makes all this happen.
she makes everything happen, and she was sort of the first person that you hooked us up and we invited us to come do it, and it's consistent every year. I think we're maybe the first person on the list that she calls, and my response is always, fuck yeah. So, yes.
You went
And-
there.
and-
You almost
and-
spilled your whiskey.
And her
That's
sense
what
of
you get.
humor is just great.
Well, and she also talks to you as if you're like an old pal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So shout out to Laura.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's here somewhere, right?
Yeah. And the
She's-
not safe for work
Checkbox is
language
not on.
use.
Yeah.
it's
Thanks,
fine.
Mark. Thanks for ruining it,
Beep.
Mark.
Yeah.
You don't have a
Do we-
beep in there?
Do we need a digital
You know,
delay
I do.
dump?
We do.
need a
I do.
digital
I
delay
could
dump.
put it on there. I could
What?
put the beep on there.
Yeah, but
We have the
after I
official
hear it, it'd be too
Richard
late.
Pryor beat. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Let's keep
fine.
focusing on the fact that Mark said a naughty word.
I was quoting myself. Does that count? Is it an excuse?
Yeah.
But yeah, the event staff is probably a key thing.
So
Anyway,
are you-
what else do we want to talk about?
Are you live broadcasting all night tonight until?
No, we're
No.
just going to go on until
No.
we run out of things to say here, and then we'll stop. And then if someone
I-
comes
Yeah.
by, we'll come up with some stories.
We might
I think
take
we
it
had someone came by earlier, said he was going to check in to see if he can bring his colleague over because he had a
Yep.
story.
Yep.
We're hoping that happens. They wanted to check with their CTO to get permission first.
Yep.
I said, ask permission after. Don't use your name, your company. Just do it.
Yeah.
But
But I would love to just give a little description to people as to where we're sitting in the expo hall, surrounded by all the different partners that have done some amazing integrations. Obviously, near and dear to our heart, our friends at Neotis. They support the podcast, so thank you and shout out to Neotis. And
Where are
they're a
they?
good Dynatrace partner.
They're
just on the other
end,
side.
yeah.
they should be right next to us.
Different booths, but we've got right in front of us X Matters,
Yes.
Capgemini, Zebia Labs. Right down the end there, VMware. That's pretty cool.
There's
Oh, Launch Darkly.
Darkly.
Yeah. Some really cool stuff.
I
And
see.
Magenic, I think, is new
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah, we
We have some friends.
They're going to be
that
doing
work-
a recording with us later tomorrow or Thursday.
Yeah. No, our good friend Paul Grisafi, who's with me in the STPCon world, is a Magenic employee and doing really well. So yeah, shout out to them.
I just saw Paul a few days ago in Dallas.
Yeah, on the Perf tour
Yes.
with Scott
Yes.
Moore at Load Tester and yourself. How was it traveling hundreds of miles with a whistling window right in your ear?
So it was very interesting. So Scott Moore picked me up hitchhiking just outside of Dallas.
Yeah. You weren't just randomly homeless hitchhiking. It was.
I
just
was on a
sometimes
side road.
sometimes hitchhike for
hitching
fun.
to Dallas. Yeah. You know,
Were you on the grassy knoll? Did he pick you up on the grassy knoll?
Sometimes you just want a little adventure in life, you know. Yeah, you can bike ride across the country. You can fly.
That's
you
right.
can drive. Yeah, I hadn't hitchhiked yet, so I thought I'd try it.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, Scott Moore shows right up. He picks me up. You know, where I'm going to Vegas. So we stop in Dallas, and we had about 60 people
Yeah.
sitting there listening to what Scott and I had to say about
Just on the sidewalk,
performance.
you mean, or where?
Yeah.
What's that?
On the sidewalk?
No.
You're busking?
This was at
Performance busking.
Heart 8 Barbecue in
Okay.
Coppell,
Yeah.
Texas.
It's in north of Fort Worth, right?
No, it's kind of northeast of Irving, I think,
Right.
in the
Yeah.
Dallas area.
Yeah.
So it very good barbecue. It had about 60 people. Very, very good crowd. One of my ex colleagues from Microsoft, Mr. Bob Ward,
Oh, yeah?
came out. Bob is a senior SQL evangelist, author of a couple of books at this point, and I was delighted to see him. I hadn't seen him in about 20 years,
Yep.
and I think I'm going to see him again in February in Charlotte.
So what Andy might not remember is, and I believe you were with me on one of the first times we met at the Microsoft Labs, that one of the guys on the other end of a phone call was Bob Dorr asking about database performance issues.
Yeah,
So whether you knew it or not, you're karmically connected to this story.
it is a small universe.
It
It is a
is.
small universe. So it was great. Then we went on to Amarillo, and we hit a barbecue joint, which,
Not so good.
shall remain nameless.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
it was so good, you don't want anyone to find out about it, or because it doesn't matter if anyone finds out about it?
No, it
Okay.
is. It's. I would not recommend it.
Forgettable.
If you want to go to Facebook and see where I was
Yeah.
and the comments I made.
Was it
you
Natalie
can-
Cole
you
did
can
the
find it there.
Unforgettable? Well,
Well, Nat
yeah.
King Cole
Nat
did it
King.
initially.
So this would be
And
a
then
variation
she
on
did-
that
Yeah,
song. It would be
yes.
forgettable.
Yeah, forgettable.
So forgettable.
And then we went on to Albuquerque and had barbecue in Albuquerque. Evidently,
With Bugs Bunny.
we made a left turn, not a right turn in Albuquerque.
Very
and,
good,
and
yes.
took us down to
Excellent.
Phoenix after that.
Where's the rim shot?
That's what I'm looking for.
Albuquerque is not. Albuquerque is not a barbecue town.
No, it's not.
We came to find out.
Yeah.
Sides were good.
Did you go to New-
meat not so good.
Did you go to Santa Fe to go to Meow Wolf?
We did not.
Yeah.
Totally missed that. That's
Yeah.
an awesome experience.
So then we get to Phoenix and Bobby Q Barbecue.
Bobby Cuba.
You know, it was decent, but you know, it wasn't barbecue that you would call it in a classic sense for barbecue out of the Southeast,
Right.
or what we prepare at our barbecues. Let's just say it's the sauce event. It's not a meat event. It's
Yeah.
a sauce event.
Yeah.
Sides were good. Great company at Ben Simo. We had Mr. Malamed there,
Yep.
Harold Malamed, and then we went on. Then we came on to Las Vegas yesterday,
And here you are.
and I will say it took me 400 miles to diagnose and fix an air leak in Scott Moore's passenger side door. And if you can imagine, it starts out, you got to go 100 miles, and it's like, okay, let's try this. You go another 100 miles.
What do you mean
try
by an
this.
air leak?
So,
Like a whistling.
like a whistle, like a really high pitched,
Did you try
annoying
chewing gum?
whistle inside of your right ear that you can't get away from
Yeah.
for hundreds of miles.
Yeah.
Not that it would irritate me at all, but yeah, it just really irritated me. And
there you go.
I can't imagine you getting irritated by anything.
yes, and also if you go 4 days and all you're eating is barbecue, there's also some other irritations that can.
You
kinda
might
show
want
up.
you might want to have a window cracked open for that, my friend. It's the
What did we say yesterday? BMW?
yeah
the
that-
bowel
yeah,
movement.
Yeah, that's enough. This is a family show.
Bob movement was the
Yeah.
W.
I mean, you can swear.
We had a word for that.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
fine.
We kept driving, and Scott said, "No, that's the stockyards we just passed. No,
No,
that's the
that's-
paper mill."
Right.
This
there
is
was
the
a-
wind tour.
Some
Yes.
roadkill that happened.
We ran over a skunk. You know,
Yeah,
I said,
exactly.
I'm not buying it after a while, but
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. So let's reiterate these sort of the rules of the how to win something at the podcast booth.
Okay. Let's
So-
reiterate because, oh, yes, you did mention them earlier.
Yeah. So one, You have to get on the mic and tell a story about a performance problem, how you solved it or didn't solve it or whatever. Extra credit if you explain how you use Dynatrace to solve the problem.
Oh yeah, we got
right?
Laura's stack.
Oh
So
dear.
keep reiterating.
Yeah.
I was going to Danny.
So, a story.
Danny Grabner.
The other thing you do is share a testimonial about something you've learned.
No, I don't want to do it again.
We
Something
can hear you
learned.
saying that.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Because Andy's mic's picking you up. No, Andy, you got to speak in the mic.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
now you put her on the spot.
I'm not going to talk.
Laura Stack's not going to talk.
No. She never
Everybody
gets in the mic.
listening? Everybody listening
She's
is want to let you know.
behind the scenes, make it happen person.
Just say hi.
Hi.
There
Yes,
you go.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah. Are we breaking the rules by having our own single malt scotch here?
No.
I want you to get people over here.
Yeah, let's
fine.
let's find people.
Yeah.
You wanna go around and roll
We're just
them
going
up?
to have the DJ announce us. So go over the rules while Andy figures out.
Yeah. They're going to figure out that kind of stuff. So one, tell a story about a performance problem, how you solved it, and potentially how you solved it using a Dynatrace product.
Yes.
The other
Two,
thing could
give
be
us your name so we can put you into the raffle.
a business card or with just your first name. You don't need to divulge. We tell people not to divulge details. The second thing is share something you learned here at Perform. So a testimonial about your hot day session, or something from the keynote, something from a breakout session, or a partner. Like these great interviews happen one-on-one at the different booths. So you could share information like that. Now, we'll keep track of these. We write them down, and then we decide which one is going to win a pair of shoes or a micro drone.
So slipping us some cash will help since we decided
Do
it's not
we
random.
have input from Dr. Martha?
She will be perhaps not live listening because she's done it the previous years and it's exhausting.
Yeah.
In the live, so we just keep track of all of them in my years-old awkward marketing icon Dynatrace notebook that I found in the closet while I was packing.
That is not approved by Dave Anderson.
It's
hey,
nothing is approved.
The person that you were looking forward the most
Yes.
about Laura Stack, she was just asking whether she should ask the DJ here.
Yes, we said yes.
To
Oh, you didn't have
announce-
your headphones on.
Oh yeah, she didn't hear it. Yeah.
No, it's fine.
So
Okay.
yes,
Yeah, so
absolutely.
she can do it.
We can do that,
Yeah.
or I can go over there.
Okay.
Whatever
Just
you want to
mute
do.
your mic, Andy, when you go talk to her.
No, he'll learn.
He'll learn.
He's
Eventually.
Austrian.
Eventually.
Yeah, he's
Well,
Austrian.
Exactly.
Anyway,
Oh, that's the button.
So
So
that's-
those are the rules
that's the
over the
rules.
next 2 days, but somebody's going to go home. Maybe two people could go home with a pair of Perfbite shoes. There's no such thing as pure performance shoes, but we could work those out. The Vans Per Performance might be a cool shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vans makes custom shoes as well. But yeah, so we'll see. So drones, shoes, stickers, and then mostly just come by the booth and say hi. We'd
Yeah.
love to hear from you.
perfect.
And tune in. We may come back tonight and do one more live
Yeah, if we
thing.
can get some people over,
If
we'll
we'd
come
like
back
to,
and do live.
yeah. But definitely starting in the morning, we'll have some review of the keynote stuff and have some new interviews posting.
Yes.
All right, groovy.
All right, everybody.
Any last
Oh,
thoughts? We'll take a little break here. Yeah? Any last
trying to-
thoughts?
Last thoughts are stay
No.
tuned, everybody.
Yeah. The scotch is
May
really
the
good.
whiskey never end.
May
But
the
I
whiskey
think,
never end.
unfortunately, we're already halfway through.
Yeah. If you have enough of this, it feels like you're wearing
It's the out
lederhosen.
music.
Like it feels like lederhosen even though you're not wearing lederhosen.
Yeah.
Is
So
that
it's
a
not.
thing?
It's not cool. It's Austrian.
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Wait a minute. This is the Sandman Come Sweep Us Off stage music.
Yes, exactly. All right, we'll see y'all in a few minutes later on.
Later.